quick Rokoko iClone video from me today that I also usually don't do, but it's just something I wanted to just share with you, something I didn't know how to do this, but this is some mocap I've made here with my Rokoko Smart Suit 2, and I wanted to export this into iClone, but I didn't want to live stream it. I just wanted to export it out and import it in, because that is something you can do with the free version of Rokoko Studio, and I wasn't quite clear how to do that, and I figured it out. So here we go. What I haven't figured out is navigation in viewport navigation in Rokoko Studio, but hey, I'm sure it'll grow on me. So once I've got my clip selected here under the export options, I can go and pick the FBX format, and then under skeleton options there is this thing called iClone, and I just didn't know what to do with it in iClone. I figured it out. Let me show you. There is, I think the official documentation suggests you export as Mixamo and then you import as a Mixamo character in iClone, but it looks like you can also use this, but there's no equivalent preset in iClone. But this is what you do. You export it, and then I think I've already done it. I'll let it doodle anyway. So this is going to be called Suit Kneeling Day 2. And then in iClone, I've got Kevin here. So any of the characters will do, of course. I can either just go and drag this on here from my window. So left click and drag onto him. So just make sure that the character is actually highlighted here, and then let go. I think file import is probably also going to work. And then here comes the motion profile. I would imagine there's a Rokoko one in here, but we don't have to worry. We can just leave it on Mixamo CHXX character, whatever that is. And then I'll go, and I think this is important, under motion T-pose, I'll have to go and pick the same file that I've used here. So motion folder, that's the actual thing that I've just dragged on here. So motion T-pose is basically the same folder I'll go and paste in here, and I'm going to go and select the same file, which is this one here. And then I'll say open, and I'll say convert all. And then I should have set 30 frames a second, because I think that's what it exported it as. So I accidentally selected 60 here. Shouldn't have done that, but hey, one of those things. But as you'll see in a moment, the first frame of the Rokoko Studio export is a T-pose, and I think that is what iClone uses to sort of understand, hey, this is where my motion comes from. There it is. So now I can go and browse through it, and that is in fact the same animation that I've seen in Rokoko Studio. And now, of course, we need to apply a few fixes here, but yeah, that is basically the workflow. I'm really excited about this, because that means I don't have to live stream into iClone if I don't want to. And then, of course, here with my motion layer, I can go and make some adjustments so that it doesn't look so super awful. Maybe like, you know, like that, or adjust the shoulders, even the shoulder height can be adjusted. And then I think you can do this cleanup also in Rokoko Studio, but hey, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So yeah, lots to learn, still lots to learn, but yeah, this is how it works. So files from Rokoko Studio directly into iClone without live streaming on the free plan, which I thought was very important. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.